Hey! I'm back. Physical media. I love physical media. I collect CDs, video games, DVDs, Blu-rays, records, cassettes, 8-tracks if I could find one that's what I like, and anything else I could find. Books, laser discs if it's a movie I like. I don't have a laser disc player or an 8-track player, but I'll collect anything I could find. This is part 1 of my music collection series, I guess, if you call that. Also, if I look or sound horrible, that's because I am recovering from the cold. I was sick. So, yep. Alright. So, today's episode is gonna be about soundtracks. Now, it's not usually what I like to buy. I mean, like, you know, if I find one that's a movie I really like, I'll get it. Some of them I might have gotten for Christmas or birthday or whatever. Some of them I find at a record store or a thrift store or an antique store, and I'm like, dang, that's a steal, but I pay for it. I'm going to start off with my vinyl records. So I have the original Star Wars soundtrack. Now this is super sick. It is very old, vintage Star Wars soundtrack. You know it's old because it says just Star Wars on it, you know? And, you know, it's on regular colored vinyl because that was just normal back then. But it comes in a cool sleeve, and comes with this really cool intact booklet of just like pictures and stuff from Star Wars. Oh yeah, and a mail-in coupon thing for a Star Wars t-shirt. You know, even that just alone gotta be worth something. I'm very careful with this because, you know, the staples are slowly ripping out, and, you know, the paper is not the best quality, but I'll try my best to kind of just not touch it, keep it in its sleeve, you know, keep it, it's a collector's item. It's not something I care for listening to much. And I know they did a re-release of it with the record has like a hologram on it, and when it spins there's like a TIE fighter that spins like it's a hologram. I would love to get that because that is like the coolest thing I've ever seen with my eyes. Up next, staying within the space genre, the classic 2001 A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick. Very, very good movie. It's a little boring. Very good. Same kind of deal. I think it's made by the same company maybe, but got them at the same place, same antique store. You know, it's fold out, one record. I don't think there's a booklet, and there's not really any fancy sleeve. You know, all the ones with your regular paper sleeves, I'm gonna get some, you know, rice paper sleeves to replace eventually. They're just expensive. I don't want to do that quite yet. But, you know, right now, for the time being, I am chillin'. This one is a oddity, but if you know me, you know I'll bring this movie up if we're talking about skateboarding or dating, and that's the Skater Dater soundtrack. Now I have a little story about this one. My dad, when he was a kid, like a long time ago, they showed him this movie in classroom called Skater Dater, and it's a movie about like maturity and dating, but you know, since he was a kid, all he cared about was the cool skateboarding tricks that were in the movie. And, you know, it's nothing special, you know, 1966. Very cool album cover, and the music is great. I mean, the whole movie is a silent film, so all you hear is the music. But it's worth a listen to, and put that, you know, put some of this on your skateboarding playlist or whatever. You know, it's on Spotify. My newest soundtrack record, which I got at Barnes & Noble, is the 2002 Spider-Man, you know, soundtrack. This is probably the... let me get a good look at that. See that? That's sick. This is probably the most unique out of all of them because it's a new record, and you know, it's fold out pictures of the movie, very high quality pictures. This movie is, you know, one of my favorite superhero movies, and it means a lot to me. It's what I grew up watching. It's just kind of been there my whole life. And the record is this very fancy silver vinyl, and it, you know, it's cool. Not as shiny as I thought it would be, but it is one of my only colored records. I have like 2 or 3 colored vinyl. So yeah. Oh, comes with a mini poster, which is very cool. I already have a Spider-Man poster in my room that's like normal sized, so you know, I will not be using this, but you know, it's cool to have, and I like it when records come with stuff like that. Spider-Man is a great transition into my CDs because I have Spider-Man 2 on CD. Now, this is not as good as the first Spider-Man soundtrack because there's only like 2 Danny Elfman scores in this, whereas the old record, the Spider-Man 1 record is mostly Danny Elfman scores. So a lot of this is just music from the movie, but you know, it's a very nice disc, you know, classic songs as it's just songs from the movie, but it doesn't even have like the Teardrops Falling on My Head song, which is like the best song in that movie. Everyone knows it. Come on. Staying on the theme of superhero movies, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2. I got one of these, I got this one for my birthday or something, and then I felt like, you know, hey, I had to get the second one just to kind of match. I would have gotten them on cassette, but, you know, they don't really sell that. So yeah, so there you go. I like the music in the movie, I think a lot of people do. I'm a big fan of old music, so it's really nice. You know, I like that nostalgic music. Not really a superhero, but the Last Action Hero is a hero. It has a lot of 1970s to 1990s metal and rock music in it, which is very sick. AC/DC, Alice in Chains, Megadeth, Queensryche, etc. It's pretty good, and you know, it came out of my my dad's CD collection a long time ago, so not very special. Now this is a good movie, and I really recommend this movie if you're a fan of music, or if you're in a band, or if you're a fan of the Beatles or anything like that. This is That Thing You Do. Now, it's a movie about a jazz drummer who joins a pop band called The Wonders, and they get a one-hit wonder called That Thing You Do, and that is the album here. It's a good movie. It's all shot in Old Orange in the Los Angeles area, so You know, if you're from that area, watch the movie, check it out. Good soundtrack. Now this soundtrack is from my favorite movie ever, Taxi Driver. Arguably my favorite movie, Taxi Driver. It's a dark, gritty, neo-noir film about a lonely guy who's in the dark underbelly of New York during the 80s, and you know, he kind of goes crazy, and you know, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you know, there's that scene where he's like, "You talking to me? You talking to me?" So you know, if you know that scene, that's where it's from. Highly recommend this movie. It's a good movie. Taxi Driver. Anyway, it has all the music from Taxi Driver. Very good music. That, I mean, come on. Alright. And the last soundtrack from my collection is the Neon Genesis Evangelion soundtrack. Now, if you've seen my review video that I uploaded a while ago on Neon Genesis Evangelion, you know that I already have this and I already talked about it, but the music in that show is so good and I just had to get it. My girlfriend got it for me for Christmas, so thank you. You know, it has all the music from the show. I need to get one more CD, I think, of Evangelion just to get all the music from the movie, which has just as many good songs on it. Nothing beats soundtrack music that, you know, you feel like you're a part of the movie. Like original music that's in a soundtrack, that's the best soundtrack music. That's what makes, you know, soundtracks like this really good, and that's original music that's not really made by anyone. Like, just because there's a few songs that are popular, like, you know, let's say there's a movie with an Eminem song in it, right? That's fine, put that on the soundtrack, but I want to hear the original compositions that are on the movie or show. Sorry, this lighting looks weird, sorry my hair looks weird, sorry if this video seemed rushed, I'm sick, it's late, I'm trying something new. Peace.